Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon on this wonderful Friday. Thank you so much for joining us on this particular platform. Acknowledged as Project 365. I am Portia Wheatley and the founder and the president of a nonprofit organization acknowledged as Trophy of Life Incorporated, where we have the great opportunity and the privilege and the assignment to render hope, encouragement, and inspiration to the whole wide world. And we are grateful to God that we have had the opportunity to do so. And I'm bringing in my co-host.
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Hi, happy Friday. My name is Takira Swan. I'm so happy to be here today. I am really excited to hear from our guests. We have something a little different for you today. But before we get started, please go to our YouTube page, like, share, and subscribe so that you can help bring hope, encouragement, and inspiration to the entire world.
That is a big assignment, but we're doing it, chipping right at it, one day at a time, bringing people and topics to you that will render hope, that will render encouragement, and that will render inspiration to you, the whole wide world. Well, today we have the great opportunity to bring to the platform Miss Sharon Maring. Hi, Sharon.
Hi. Hello, everyone. How are
And I
you?
thank you. We're good. We're good. Thank you for accepting our invitation to come and be with us. Today, we're going to talk about defense for women, and it is more so acknowledged as damsel in defense. And that is where we take the opportunity to protect ourselves as much as possible. And we do that with devices, or we can't we can't break fingernails, so we got to have the devices to kind of like ward off whatever, whomever. But we do want to make sure the ladies are safe. The men, I'm sure you got something going on that you can take care of yourselves, but we want to make sure the ladies are safe. Now, the days that we live in now, crime is on the rise. It has been on the rise for a minute, but it is on the rise as it's just out of control. So we want to be as safe as possible. You have your grandmoms, your aunties, your sisters, your nieces, all of these young ladies or middle-aged ladies, or even our senior citizens. They're going out and they're not always with someone. There's not always someone there to accompany them. So they have to have we have to have some type of mechanism or a technique or device to help protect ourselves. So Sharon is here today. She's going to share some information on how we can actually protect ourselves and be as safe as possible. Thank you, Sharon, again for coming, and you have the platform.
Hi. Thanks again for having me. You're so right. Just our safety, protecting ourselves is just always important, and it's very important to always have a plan of defense. Damsel in defense. Our mission is to get in front of as many women as possible to equip them with tools necessary to defend themselves, to empower them to have a plan to protect themselves and their loved ones, and to provide education to help you to not be part of uh, the statistics that's out here of home invasions, child, child you know child kidnapping. It's just so many things that's going on nowadays that we really need to have a plan of defense, and that's always. And I mean that's from the time that we wake up until the time that we go to sleep, because most of us, of course, think that once you walk in the door, whew, I'm safe at home. But once we walk in the door, we don't know if someone's behind our door. We don't know if someone's upstairs. We don't know if someone's in the home at all. When we go to sleep and we wake up, I mean, look at the home invasions. People don't know if they're going to wake up, to someone standing over them, or what it could be. So you always have to have sort of like that level of defense as well, because sometimes, I mean, because at first I would think, I thought, oh, if someone would walk in like beside my bed, what do I have? I mean, because that's where I am. I'm asleep. Like, what do I have? And at that time was like zero. Like, okay, that's not good. Or I go out and I walk and I run. And I always wanted to go out. My husband said, why do you always go out and look for people to play with? But but I'm like, if I don't have anyone, I'm like, okay, I have to do it myself. But then I think, oh, well, it's just me, then your mind starts going all crazy. And what happens to that going outside? Nothing. You end up not going anywhere. So saying that to say, always having a plan of defense and situational awareness. And that being, for instance, when you wake up in the morning and you're getting yourself prepared, in your mind, you need to be thinking, okay, I'm going to go out the door. My car is where it's located. I'm going to the car. I have my keys. If I'm going to the store, you're going to park in the parking lot, and you know where you're parked, because you don't want to do that. What do we do with the remote? Beep, 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 beep. No, because the thing is that we are trying to keep an attacker or would-be attacker. We want to keep them off guard. We don't want they see something like that, and of course they're like, oh, that's a perfect target. We don't want to be a target. We want to go home. We want to go home to our family. We want to go home and be safe. So those are some of the things that in education that we teach in our workshop. Things like when you are in your car and you're putting your bags in your car, sort of like angle the cart where you have a V. So you're just inside of there. So no one is going to reach over really, and try to do anything, but that's your barrier. Or, if you have kids, let the older kids get in first, and please don't leave. How many times do we see moms leaving the kids in the cart while they're putting the bags in? No, because it doesn't take but a second for someone to snatch your baby up out of that cart. And what are you going to do? You have an older kid there, you're plan, the plan of defense, knowing where your car is, knowing what you're going to do when you're in the store, out the store. Always just be aware of your surroundings. What do you have? If someone comes upon you, what do you have in your hand? Okay, if the only thing you have is your key and your voice, that's what you're using. You're using your key and your voice. One of the things that we do have, as far as one of our products, is that we have our pepper spray. Our pepper spray at the top, it's a glow in the dark. So if it shouldn't be in your purse, it should always be in your hand. But if not, it has a glow in the dark, and it moves. If you can see, it moves side to side. So you need to make sure that when you are out, you have that in your hand, and you're consciously thinking, knowing where your on is and when your off is. One of the things with the pepper spray that we do go over is how to spray. Okay, because say an assailant walks up to you and they have a hat on. You have to know that you try to spray under the cap. So you're going from bottom to top. You want to try to get the spray on the clothes, on the skin, because the first thing, what is someone going to do? They're going to reach up and try to wipe their face when you get sprayed. If they have a hat on, you're not going to go from the front, you're not going to go from the top, because you're going to miss it. And by that time, because you only have a second to really empty that thing and get yourself going. So that's one of the things. So you do it in a zigzag motion. If there's no hat, you go eyes, nose, mouth, closed. If there is some type of hat or cap, you go opposite. You come from the bottom up. Okay, and that's very important. But also with that, that's important. You have to think about the climate, because if the only thing you have is the pepper spray, and it's raining and the wind is blowing, you're not going to be using that, because then that you're going to be in the line of fire for that spray. So one of our other tools that we have is a striking tool. And if you can see, the striking tool is here, sharp at the end, not sharp, but dull sharp. And it has grips. We have these that are long. We have shorter ones now. You grip it and you go for it. I mean, if you can see my Bob, you go for it. You go for it. You go for it. You go for the head, you go for the eyes, you go for the nose, you go for the mouth, you go for that neck. You go for it, and you screaming like crazy while you going for it. The stomach, the leg, wherever it is that you can go. If you got you got to get them in the back and the arms and the neck. It doesn't matter, because remember what we want to do. We want to go home. We want to go home. So we have, like I said, our striking tool. This little nifty strap on here It's a snap strap, meaning that if you have it and it's hooked onto you, it's easy. You can just pop it off. You can just pop it off. So that's something that you may not want to just always. Mine is always with this and my pepper spray. I carry both of those. Those are my levels because, like I said, you don't know what the climate is going to be. So if it's raining, windy, or whatever, and just the fact that it's there, and you can always the feeling of it. If you take a pen or a pencil and sort of like hit on your arm, that sort of gives you the idea of what this feels like, or actually worse. So that's what you're feeling. That's what they're feeling going in. um you have to think about just yourself, your upper strength, because remember, if you have something like this is close to the person. I mean, that, and for some that's like too close for comfort. Like, I don't want to be that close up talking to a person. So of course we do have our this is one of our stun guns, because if you don't have the upper strength, you can best believe that this will stop them. And this particular stun gun, it has all of them have a flashlight, and it shines bright, because that's your first thing. If you have the stun gun, someone walks up to you, you shine a light, hey, hold it, because it's so bright. You're trying to give them a chance to leave you alone. You're trying to give a chance. You don't want to have to turn into the Wonder Woman, but you're trying to give them a chance. So you have the light, okay, they like talking or whatever, and they want to come for you. Then you got to zap them. You got to zap them. One of the demonstrations that we do use is, if you can see my banana, okay, and if of course I'm not going to hold that because I don't want to be zapped. I don't want to go through me. So when this is actually the human, and so when you zap it, you don't even hear it. You don't even hear it. They don't even hear it. It's just against them, and everything is going through them. And it actually does on this one. Well, not that part, but there's some bruising on there. So, if it comes to the point where they get caught, those are marks that's left on them from your stun gun. One of the other things that we have, because yes, we have to protect our babies. We have what we call our Safe Hearts, and the Safe Hearts is a series of books of different topics. I'm sorry, I do have books, but I didn't bring one with me. I apologize, but it's a series of books that it's different titles, and they're all really animated for your kids, so to keep the kids' attention. It has all types of patches that come with it, because kids like those big bold pictures, and actually the book is a pretty nice size book. It's almost like a 8.5 by 11 size book, and like I said, it's different titles. Like one of the titles is well, first of all, you have a proactive parent guide that sort of guides the parents as to discussions to have with your kids, because those are discussions that a lot of parents are uncomfortable with. They don't even know how to start a conversation with what people are not supposed to touch, and how you're supposed to react. And you have, because friends and playmates, they live in a whole different household. So you have no idea. I'm sorry. You have no idea. It wasn't on Do Not Disturb. You have no idea, how they're living their lives. So we have things like Julian Solo Voyage, and it's like it helps Julian navigate a tricky situation when a stranger in a public bathroom wants to offer assistance, because that is one of the main things that happen with us. We go out to dinner, we're going out to lunch, we're going out to wherever, and our kids are going into the bathroom. And I'm just saying, now they have bathrooms where it's for families, so everybody can go in there. So the kids need to know how to respond to things of that nature. Or you have a friend that has an older sibling, and the older sibling, they want to experiment, and they want to experiment on your kid. And so you need to be able to have that conversation with the kid, with your children, to let them know, no, that's not how it is. That's not what's supposed to go. We also have different type personal, we have like whistles and alarms that you can carry with you. We have go to our website. First off, let me just say that, which is www.safe mydamselpro.net/ I know that's a lot, and I think we're gonna post that dot slash, I'm sorry, /pro 23798, and my name, Sharon Marine, will come up there and go through the catalog. It's all types of we have like a door, it goes to your door, and so if your door opens, the alarm goes off. And that's not only for if you have someone trying to break in. Some of our customers use them for, they have parents that suffers from Alzheimer, and they try to go out the door. So they have it for that. When you go to a hotel, you can put it at the door. You can also put it at the window, because we definitely need to be safe when we're traveling, definitely when we're traveling. And we have all types of little things, little products that you can have in home and out home and out of out of the house when you're traveling. So that's pretty much what we do. Like I said, we do education. We have the equipment, and we just empower each other to just stick together, be safe, always be aware of what's going on, because it only takes a minute. We have such busy lives, and it's so easy for us to be thrown off all the time, even myself. And I have to bring myself back to it. But it's a train, and you have to train yourself for that. You have to train yourself just like you train yourself for anything else, to like, yeah, what am I doing here? What is my plan of defense for today? Just like your plan for anything else that you have in the day.
Wonderful. That is really some wonderful information. I tell you, what do you think is the safest device for the ladies? You think all of them are like when you're not used to actually thinking about being your own protector, you want something that you can get used to fairly quickly?
I would suggest the first thing would probably be pepper spray. The thing with the pepper spray, our pepper spray, is that it sprays quite a long distance. It's for, you have to take consideration animals if if you're out as well. That it's handy. It's more comfortable for a lot of women than the stun guns. The stun gun, first they say, oh my gosh, I'm going to stun myself. Am I going to be able to handle that in a situation? So I would say probably the pepper spray, and then the second thing would be a striking tool. We have different type of striking tools. We even have a striking tool that's actually a beautiful ink pen that you carry around every day. You have it with you at your office. You can take it with you probably to the airport, because a lot of the some of the products, of course, you can't get on a plane with them because they're going to spot that. But the ink pen, and it has a sharp, it's an actual ink pen, it actually writes, but okay, you can use it as a striking tool. And on the back of the ink pen, it has little ridges in case you do run into an assailant, where if you get any of their skin, it holds the DNA.
Okay.
So I would start, like I said, with the pepper spray. I think that's less threatening to an individual, because you can just carry it. We have gloves where you can actually have it in your hand, all types of things once you go and look into the website.
Now, you said something about the plane. Are these items that may be confiscated from?
Yes, they will.
Okay.
They will.
So
other than the ink pen.
But they're all legal.
They're all legal. It's just because it's viewed as a weapon.
Yes.
It's viewed as a weapon. So they will confiscate it. It has been confiscated. Yes.
But I do really suggest that the ladies, as much as possible, whatever you feel comfortable with in carrying, do it, because
absolutely,
we're prey for some people, and they look for those that are somewhat vulnerable. Yeah, they look for those that don't act like they are concerned about their surroundings. So it's a lot that you have to deal with. Even something as simple as at night, well, I guess we can say in the daytime as well, but at night, don't get out of the car unless you have your keys in your hand.
Yes.
And then definitely don't want to be fumbling.
No.
But it's I love what you said about having a plan. You have to have a plan. And also, we want to make sure we get that correct information. So of your website and all of that, we'll make sure we put that in. But having information for kids. Now, you said that you have books available.
Yes, there are books. They're actually called Safe Hearts, and it's a series of books. It's about 11 or 12 books in that collection. And like I said, along with it comes the proactive parent guide that sort of helps parents have that conversation with the kids. So that's definitely a number one that we suggest for the parents, because it is uncomfortable. It can be a very uncomfortable conversation.
But it has to be made.
It has to be made. They are snatching, killing, kidnapping our babies. It has to be made. I mean, you just what else can we say? You just have to. They have to know.
And you would be surprised of who is doing it.
Absolutely, because of course, oftentimes it does start in the home. Just because it's an uncle or an aunt or a grandparent or sister or brother does not mean it will not happen, because it can. Exactly. Or a parent. I mean, it's in the news. Look at the parents that are harming their kids. It's happening. It's very sad. It's very sad. But it's here. It exists.
Well, I just want to say, I already knew when I logged in and I saw Bob in the back. I said, "Oh, this is gonna be fun and interesting." So I hope everyone that views this goes to your site. I've already posted it in the chat. Let's take advantage of these wonderful products to protect ourselves and our families, especially like you said with the kids. A lot of times when these things happen, you think, I know the world is bad, but it's not going to really happen to me. But that's when it happens. So don't think that. Don't think that. When you're prepared, when you're ready, you don't have to, get ready. Just stay ready, and just make sure that you and your family members do have a plan of protection, just in case something like that would happen. And as someone who's always at the airport, I will say, just to get a little heads up, those items will be confiscated by TSA, but you can check them in your luggage. So if you're going on vacation, you can check those items in your bag so that when you are at your destination, you will have those self-defense items. And then when you're going through security, you can have that pen she was talking about in your carry-on. So I don't want you not to go be unprepared when you're away, because that's one of the best times you need to be prepared. So just check it in your luggage. Thank you so much for coming on our broadcast. Listen, guys, go to her website, support, share. If you have not shared any videos from us this entire year, all 162 days, share this one. Everybody needs to be protected. Everyone. And get things for your family, get something for your sister, your cousin, your daughters, your sons, everyone. We can all use a little protection.
Always use protection, and teach our children how to be protected. We may not give them these items, but still show them some type of protection. So you might see me out there doing some karate or something.
Because your first defense is always your voice, screaming and hollering.
I got a good set of lungs, thank the Lord. I still have a good set of lungs. Before we leave, I wanted to make an appeal to our audience as far as those that are widows, of course, widows and widowers, but widows, this is excellent for you, especially if you live alone. I know there are individuals who don't even want to go back to their homes because they feel unsafe. But of course, this may not be the 100% protector, but it will help you feel safe. So I'm asking you, if you want to, if you desire to, go to her website and check out some of her instruments and devices that she has that will help you feel safe in home and out of the home. So this is something that you should just think about and be able to just get some more information about it so that you can feel safer. And on that note, I just wanted to mention about our Widows and Widowers Empowerment Summit that is coming July the 17th at 2 p.m. Of course, it's going to be virtual, but it's exclusive for us, widows and widowers. So don't forget, go to our website. You can go there. You can go to Eventbrite to purchase your ticket. And if you want to sponsor a widow, sponsor someone to go, your auntie, your grandmother, your niece, your sister, believe me, it is and will be an empowerment summit that you won't want to miss. All right. Thank you so very much. And that's another thing that we will post. All right. Thank you, Sharon. I appreciate
you, ladies. It was nice. Yes.
I'll be calling on you again for another setting.
All right. All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.
God bless everyone. And we shall see you tomorrow at 1 o'clock.